Hey guys, what's going on? Well, holy crap, that thing's crooked as hell. Hey guys, what's going on? This video, I will readily admit, is going to be a hot mess. I've done stuff, I haven't filmed things, I haven't just, trying to get the work done. The filming sometimes just kills the vibe of trying to work on something. Oh, I forgot this, I've got to get that, and it's just. So we have done some work, we're doing some work, and we're gonna splice in some videos and tell you what we're doing on. We're working on SuperSecret. This car is, got a little bit of, it's more of an experimentation. Okay, this car has a pretty seriously ported lower intake, Explorer lower intake. You can drop the 7/8 socket through it. Don't know who did the porting. We got it like that from David. He didn't do it. But the port alignment on the heads is horrible. I mean, it's way too big for these heads. I'll show you the numbers here in a few minutes of some different stuff that I measured, and it's all kind of roughed out. But anyway, so what we've done is we're changing the lower intake. Let's start getting this intake off, and we'll show you what we're talking about with the port mismatch and all this kind of stuff, and we'll measure it when we get it off and compare it to our System Max. So maybe this thing's pretty radically ported, so we'll show you when we get it off. All right, guys, you can see some of the port mismatch right here on a few of these runners. You can see it right there, what the port mismatch is on the head. Oh, here's a good one. Yeah, look at that. These are stock P heads, and you can tell how radical this intake is. I say radical. I mean, there's another, look at that. Air doesn't like to really bounce around on stuff like that. So, like I say, we're gonna, look at that. So we're gonna see how our System Max looks, relatively speaking. And you can see these have been welded. Now this is JB weld because the actual, but you can see they've been, the other side's the same way. See the weld right here where they ported it and got into the dog leg and everything. Try to straighten everything out. So anyway, we are fixing to unbolt it and take it off. But I want to show you, I almost forgot. I want to show you real quick before we got that done. So all right, let me finish taking the bolts out, and boom, we'll take it off. We're also going to do a transmission for this car because I have issues with this transmission. So I'm hoping that at the very least I can just pop this one out, put another one in, and hopefully it'll be a lot better, and then I can kind of look in this one and see what's going on, or try and figure out what's going on. As far as the intake, the car has always felt like it's a little boggy down low, I guess. Car wheelies like crazy. I think that intake is hurting it down low some. And I had another stock Explorer intake that I just ported, basically kind of did a gasket match with the cylinder heads, and we've got that bolted on. Let me show you that real quick, and we'll just continue on what we're doing. All right, here's our hot mess of an intake. We've got this one bolted on, and it'd be impossible to see down in there, but the port alignment was terrible. We've got it already bolted back on, and we had to make some stuff. We've already got it bolted back on, and we just got to put the upper on, and it'll be, that part of what we're doing will be ready to go. So let's move over to there. Okay, here we are. We've got our, we started bolting our lower on, or we bolted it on. This is the same ported upper that we had before. I relocated the ACT up here. I know people put it in the intake track, whatever. I didn't want to do the wiring. I just didn't want to do that. This was easy. I just did it easy. And sometimes easy is substandard. We also put a 75mm throttle body on it, in place of our Motorsport 86 that we had on it. Like I say, we feel like that lower has been hurting us a little bit in the car. And for example, here are some numbers. The ported lower that came off of it. Let me show you this real quick. This is the ported lower that came off of it. It's probably going to be hard to see here. There you can see where the runners, that's JB Weld, there's Weld, Weld, Weld. You know, you can drop a 7/8 socket, like I said. So anyway, this has been ported pretty seriously for an Explorer. And the numbers on it were 193 by 128. For in comparison, a stock Explorer, this is off, you know, like an Explorer or Mountaineer. They're actually a little bit smaller than the Cobra and the aftermarket motorsport stuff. 193, 128. Stock is 168.98. A set of P heads are 188 and 113. So we opened it up a little bit and didn't get all crazy up in it, just basically kind of gasket matched it. We also have a Systemax laying over here that I thought was a stock blower, but it's actually been ported, I'm pretty sure. I think David has stock numbers wrote down. It's 210 by 123. So technically, this one's pretty stout. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to put this upper on. We're also going to use a 3/8 phenolic spacer, not for runner length, just for heat, you know, help with the heat soak on the upper. So it'll be our different lower and our 75 throttle body, and hopefully a functioning transmission. We'll have the transmission video in here. It's not going to be long because I've done the transmission stuff 1,000 times, and we'll show the, you know, just I've already filmed a tiny bit of it. It's just basically, hey, look, I got a transmission. Hey, look, I did this. Hey, look, it's done. All right, cool. And so we'll get that swapped out. Last time we had the track, it was 740s. We were disappointed with that. But I want to take it back up in the same configuration. Even though the cars run 720s, high 720s, 727 I think is the best. That was in much better weather and had the bullets on it and things like that. So I'm trying to take it back up there with pretty much the same thing that I had before, but the weather will be a little bit better, and we'll just have the intake and stuff done. So who knows? We'll see how it goes. All right, well let's bolt this on real quick, and then we can start on the transmission stuff. All right, we've got our gaskets and our phenolic spacer on. We've got our ACT wiring stripped back a little bit. We're ready to set the upper on. I just want everyone to know that I am doing this without the aid of Mountain Dew. Got one started. Come on, girl. There it goes. There we go. Yes, we are. We are making this happen without Mountain Dew. We're also missing an intake bolt. Wonder if it's oh, here it is. Crap. What? There we go. Oh, the impact. Where's the impact at? I'm just snugging on, not working on nothing. Let's put these down. All right. Yes, that's electrical tape. No, actually, that's duct tape. You get some. Okay, cool. Look at us doing stuff. Making it happen. All right, sweet. Let me shut you guys off. I got to plug in the ACT sensor, and we'll tighten things down. All right, we've pretty well got it buttoned up. Just a couple little tiny things to check, and you know, getting closer. All right, it's running. We hadn't even touched the idle. We haven't touched the idle screw, nothing. We just hit it and fired it up. There's a few other little things I want to talk about real quick, like, and then we'll move to the transmission thing, I think. All right, but hey, it's running. It is warmed up, and it's low on water too. I don't want to get too aggressive with the throttle. It's cold. Okay, you know, well, that honestly, that's not good for us either. Doing that, just starting it. So, but it runs, and hold on. Okay. Check it out, guys. All right. This is going to be a little show and tell, real quick. Like, some of you older subscribers or people that went back and watched some of the videos of Teresa's car, you may remember I was going to the dyno with it and the computer died. The car just shut off. I've had ECs act up. Anybody that's had one of these cars for a really long time, or they're getting really old now, you may have experienced some computer problems. You may not even know you're experiencing computer problems. You may think it's something else, but in actuality, this little jewel right here is causing you some issues. Typically, it's the capacitors. There's 3 capacitors inside of it. They tend to leak over time. They go through a million heat cycles, so on and so forth. Get them replaced, and usually it's good to go. Teresa's car just died. We pulled up to the stoplight, and it just shut off. No spark. The fuel injection was acting weird. I could hear the injectors doing something. It was very odd. So we came and we pulled the computer out of this car and stuck in that car. A9P. They were automatics. Blah blah blah. You know, and we went on to the dyno. No problems. No worries. So that is this computer. We went and weighed the cars. You may remember that video where we went and weighed the cars. Well, when we got back here to the facility, SuperSecret didn't want to start. We had a fuel pump. The fuel pump relay was acting weird. Now that was a 2-for-1. We got a fuel pump relay, swapped out a fuel pump relay, and then it still wouldn't start. And we're like, what is going on? Well, I took the computer out of the silver car, stuck it in, fired right up. Here's the computer from this car. Now, it did the same thing. It died. We didn't have any issues. The car was running great, and then all of a sudden it just wasn't running. It just, you know, even though it didn't shut off while it was running, it still had no start thing. So I had a couple A9Ls and gave them to David and his son, bless his heart. Thank you, Vince. Had some capacitors, I got some capacitors, and he just basically went through and fixed a bunch of computers for me. So I get the A9Ls back. I've actually ran 1 or 2 of them. They work like a champ. They're good to go. One of them actually had a drivability problem, but it's good to go. So here's the thing with the A9Ps. He did the A9Ps. Guess what? Neither one of them work. And not only do they not work, they do the exact same thing regardless of what car you put them in. You put these in, and as soon as you put power, just put a battery to it. Not key on or anything like that. Battery power, fuel pump starts running. Without the key on or anything like that. Both of them do the identical thing. Neither cars won't start. I've tried them in silver car, both of them. I've tried both of them in here. I've tried both of them in Teresa's car. They won't start any car, and they do the exact same thing in all 3 cars. Is that a coincidence? They died the same way, they've been fixed, and they both act identical. And they're still not working, so that's a little weird. We don't really know what the issue is. I don't know where to put put these now. So just as something that's very curious, maybe there's some guys out there that have come across that problem. So David's, you know, looking into it, but not seriously. It's not this at this point in time a big deal, and I haven't really taken the time to do anything about it. So my point is now is that we have another A9P that we have in this car, and it just works like a champ, and that's really great. So I guess since the car runs, we're going to move to the transmission, and we've got a couple other little things to do. So this video is going to be really long already. I can already tell. So we don't have any dew. We're dewed down. We've been dewed down. Got a dew boot on my neck. But that's good. It's running. You know, we're going to get transmission fixed. And once we get transmission this thing, man, we're going to go up there and we're going to rip the F out of this thing. All right, cool deal. We'll see you guys when we start working on it, when we're doing the transmission. I've already started on it, sorry, but you know. Anyway, all right, cool, great, let's do it. Hey guys, what is going on? I have no idea how this video is going to look, how it's going to turn out, or where I'm at in the video. I could have already had some stuff. I don't know where this is going to be fit in, but it's super secret. You know that much. We got a couple things we're trying to do here. At this point in time, I'm planning on changing the intake. You may already know that. The one thing we are going to do is we're going to take one of our 99 through 04 T5s. We're going to throw some of our stuff in it real quick. I say real quick. We're going to throw it together real quick so we can just do a pop and a drop. Get our old one out, put this one in. The one thing we're going to do, we're going totally ghetto on this. We're not going to, I say we're not. We're not going to do the speedometer gear conversion, even though I say we're not. We might. We might look at drilling us a hole to hold the speedo clip, and then we'll just change the tail shaft, and boom goes the dynamite. Don't quote me on this 100% that we're not going to do this. So, all right. Anyway, let me get this done, and we're trying to get super secret ready to go to the track so we can be a little bit more consistent, not miss as many gears by putting a junkyard V6 T5 in, and with hopes and prayers and dreams. Teamwork makes the dream work. So let's do it. We're out here working on our T5 again, or just whatever. Anyway, we got the cluster support. We're fixing to do that. We've already got the bolts broke loose, and we have got our billet keys already swapped out, and our slider pressed back on. Everything else looks okay, except for the reversers. Somebody's been trying to find reverse on this thing a little bit, but we're not worried about that. Everything else, all the other gears, everything looked good. So we're hoping we got us another winner. We've also got to order our input kit, shaft kit. We'll do that today, and have to wait on that to come in. But other than that, going pretty smooth. We've got one of our world famous Kentucky Chris billet cluster supports going on this thing, going on this T5. So we have complete confidence it's going to be a-okay. All right, guys, we are, hold on. Dude. Some of you older guys may remember the Busch beer commercials, say, Busch. But some of you young guys don't know what the hell I'm talking about, may not even know what Busch beer is. Y'all drink all that fancy stuff. This, look at this, let's get our skills. Woo, don't waste a drop. Good Lord, don't drop that. Oh my gosh, hold on. Ah! Ow! Last sip out of the can. Damn, that's good. Whew. Man, get that frost off the top. That's pretty delicious. Okay, what's going on? We're out here, back out here working on transmission. I've already started piecing together the video, and it's a total train wreck. So, what we're doing here, we've got, hey, it's the magic box that's got all the things that we need to make our life better. I won't go through the whole thing, but you know, it is a box full of stuff, mostly paper, and it's got our basic care package that we've got before: bearing, input, steel bearing retainer, spacer, thrust, needles, shim kit, seal. Everything a growing T5 needs to become a man. Or at least an SN one to become a Fox. Oh crap. There we go. My Canadian plate falling over. A shout out to Mark on that. Anyway, yeah, we got this stuff. So, you know, we gotta put it in, put it together, make some magic. This place looks like a disaster. All right, let me cut you off. We're not even gonna do a do strike. We're gonna be mellowed out. Out of hell with it. Yes! I love that stuff. I'm sorry, I'm excited. All right, guys, this is a quick sidebar. We got a care package from one of our Canadian subscribers, and I'm gonna tell you, you guys understand why I love Canadians. Yoda is a Canadian. Canadians are awesome. I haven't met a Canadian yet that I didn't like, and some of them I like a whole lot more than others, I think. But this is from Mark. Mark LeClaire. He has a channel also, Rusty Box Racing. If you get a chance, check it out. He's trying to get one of his cars going. He's got another car, and like everyone, you know, money's always an issue and stuff. But also, people commenting and watching videos does help motivate people to do other things, so, or to get his car going. And but this is some stuff that he sent me, a part of his car, a bunch of license plates. These license plates are awesome. They're from the 70s. That's incredible. Love that. A ton of candy bars. I'm probably gonna gain some weight again or whatever. I lost a little bit. I feel like I'm losing. I'm gonna gain it all back. He also sent Teresa. We're big New England Patriots fans. If you're not a Pats fan, that's okay. But they have the CFL in Canada, of course. They sent him and his wife sent Teresa a Montreal Alouettes shirt, and I also got one with my name and Tussin 50 on the back, which is really awesome. We also got some syrup, and we're going to make poutine one night, which is a Canadian delicacy, and they sent us some official poutine gravy. So that is a totally awesome and unexpected care package from Mark, and I super appreciate it. It's so cool. So we'll get back to our regularly scheduled program. Thanks again, Mark. I love it. Here's the trans. Woo. Okay, we have got our sockets and our stuff, and now we can start. We'll take the exhaust loose, then we'll pull the drive shaft loose, then we'll take the shifter off or whatever, pull the other two sensors out, and then pull the transmission out, drop the crossment, blah, blah, blah. Then we'll put the other one in. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We just got our exhaust off, and out of curiosity, we want to go ahead and weigh it. It's 2.5 inch nibbles into a 3-inch X pipe, into 3-inch pipe into into a set of Flowmaster race mufflers and turn downs. It was 38 pounds. In all honesty, I'm a little shocked. I thought it was heavier than that. It sure feels heavier. Maybe I'm just getting weak in my old age. But it was 38 pounds is what that weighs. So I was thinking there was a significant weight difference between it and the bullets that run off the headers, but it's not as much as I thought it was going to be. I actually thought this was probably closer to 60 pounds, but it's not. It's 38 pounds, so there we go. And I am happy about this. No play. Man, that thing's still nice and solid. We have no problem creating work for ourselves. As a matter of fact, that's an actual talent that we have. There's, like the old saying, there's not enough money to do it right the first time, but there's always money to do it over. We totally live by that credo as far as time as well. Can't do it right the first time, we'll just do it over multiple times and hope we get lucky. So, okay, well, out and in. Hand puppet, lead us off. Yeah.
Ooh-wee! I would also like to point out that what a kid's doing just fine. He's just hanging around, doing his thing, watching me screw up. Okay guys, we got the transmission in. I just put some fluid in it, and I don't have my hat on, so I'm sure my hair is all messed up. I also have changed into a superhero shirt, because my other shirt was dirty. I didn't want to get in the car and get it all, seat all dirty. So, we got the trans in. We don't have the exhaust on it. We got drive shaft, everything in, put fluid in it, fired it up, ran it through the gears. Everything seemed okay. I didn't run it very long. Don't have any water in the radiator, so we still got to put the exhaust on it. I need to cut the cover for the computer, or just swap the cover out real quick so I can put the chip in. I say real quick. Put water in it. We got to put some front tires on it. So the likelihood of us going for a drive today is probably very low. If we get the exhaust back on, I'm gonna call that a victory. I don't know. Let me keep chugging away, and we'll see where we end up at. Don't get me wrong, there'll be a test drive before the video's over. It may just not be today. It's getting close to dinner time, and so I'll have to go. So anyway, all right, let me get back to work. Here's our junkyard A9P. The capacitors look pretty good in it. I mean, it's hard to see from here, but they look all right. Originals, of course. But we cleaned our port. We can go ahead and put our chip in, and we've got our cut cover to put on it. And the old cover just laying there. We'll put that back on this A9P that has new capacitors, but does not work. So, all right, let's do this real quick. Hey guys, the thermostat housing's not leaking. Woo, got it on the first try. Oh yeah. Temperature in the trans, rear motor, blah, blah. I think we have another junkyard winner. Hooked up. We have no speedometer. We were just lazy, guys. There are a few differences, like with the tail shaft on the 99, and it might even be 98, but 99 through 04, there's a few differences. One thing is the transmission mount set farther back. Learn something every day. I don't remember noticing that on the LTD. Also, there where the fifth gear funnel and stuff goes, there's a little different machining on the tail shaft for these. I could probably swap fifth gear. You guys have probably figured out by now that I'm a little lazy, a little bit of a shortcut artist. So I wouldn't call it an artist, but transmission feels pretty good. The intake seems okay, so you know, seems cool. All right, I ain't gonna do a burnout. Yeah, I always do these burnouts. I ain't gonna do one. I'm just gonna get on a little bit. Okay, that's it. Let's put it back in the shop. We will check this one off as ready to roll. Take it to the track, and I'll have to look at the DA and stuff from the last time we had it at the track, because we'll probably be in a little bit better weather. I'm still going to leave the flows and stuff on it, and you know, we'll just run it. We'll see what it runs. I'd like to go up there and make 6-7 passes with no missed gears. So I'll take that. Anyway, all right, cool. Where am I going? I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. Let these race puppies bark. Door chime works. Hey! All right, guys, what's going on? I just saw you guys in the car. Anyway, all right, SuperSecret is done. Probably needs a bath, and obviously we need to put some better front tires on it. So we've got our my home ported intake lower on it, and the good upper on it. So, and we got a phenolic spacer, just for heat soak. And the best news is the transmission. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt myself, but it seems in my haste to get this video wrapped up, I forgot to ask, what will it run? You just heard me say we've got our home ported lower on, our phenolic spacer, same upper. We've also got a 75mm throttle body in place of the 86 that we had on there, and we've got a new transmission. Not that's going to make it faster. The best the car has ever ran is a 727 at like 92-ish or something like that. So that was with the bullets, and that was in much better weather, so take that into account. The last time we were at the track, it ran 740 flat or 40 something or 41 or something like that was our best pass, but that was in worse weather than we'll be dealing with when we get up there this time. So you tell me what's going to run, blah, blah, blah. And now back to me wasting your time. And that seems to be nice, man. It feels smooth. Everything feels good. Of course, slower roll. We won't know till we get to the track, because once, like anything else, once you get these things bound up a little bit with some slicks on them, they can shift a little bit differently. So, but yeah, it's positive. Now if we can get the weather to act right, we got rained out last Friday. Looks like we might get rained out this Friday. This is putting me behind. I got things to do. I got cars I need to get to the track that aren't what I would call priorities, such as this one. This isn't a priority, but I would like to get it to the track and get it, get some numbers on it. Because like I say, that has been our deal for basically for the summer, is to get a lot of our cars, you've heard this 1,000 times, but get a lot of our cars that weren't really raceable, get them where we can race them with no excuses and no, oh, well, I would take that car, but, or I would take this car, but, with it's just some little niggly problem. So I think the transmission was the big thing with this car. The intake was just experimentation on my part, just to see, hey, so, listen, there's people out there you know, that brag about porting this and the big airflow numbers and all stuff. You know, sometimes, depending on what the combo is, don't get caught up in a bunch of huge airflow numbers and stuff like that. Sometimes it's just, you know, if you can buy a $10 or $15 Harbor Freight die grinder and a $10 bit off eBay, because that's what I've got, and you can spend a little time at home just doing some gasket matching on an Explorer lower, and it flows as good as something that's going to cost you a couple $100 just in porting. And you can do the upper yourself. I mean, some of the people that are porting these things are just opening up the throats and just running up in the runners a little bit. They're not actually cutting it open and doing any real work. So, you know, you can do all that at home. And, you know, if this runs the same as that professionally ported intake that's been welded up, I say professionally ported, someone spent some time on it, then what are we doing here? I mean, you know, hey, whatever. So, not hating, I'm just saying, you know, you can do some of this stuff yourself. It's not like a big deal. Now, if it goes a lot slower, I'm just going to say something else is wrong. That's the way we do it. All right, this video is really long, a lot of talking, a little bit of working, a little bit of driving, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Something old, something new, something gray, something cool. Okay, that sounds good. All right, so anyway, thanks for subscribing, thanks for commenting, thanks for watching. And until next time, with substandard leader in Foxbody videos, lover of LTDs, it is sitting right behind you. POS Mustangs, Trojan. 4 Eyes, the 86. 5.8s, Lincolns, drag vans, you know, and of course aero cars. And Foxes in all shapes, sizes, colors, denominations, and religions. We'll see you guys on the next video. Hold on. I should do it like this. I'll do it in slow-mo. Whoa! How stupid was that?